Hello, everybody, beautiful humans out there in the world. Hannah here from A Nourishing Notion, and I have the pleasure today of speaking with Sandii, who is one of our beautiful retreat guests. Not only did Sandii come to Bali retreat that we've just had with her gorgeous daughter Heidi, who is 17 years old, was honestly such a treat to have them both. But Sandii also joined us in Byron Bay back in May. And so she's just gone all out. She's doubled down on the retreats this year. She's doubled down on herself in huge ways. She's come leaps and bounds in recent years. And what I would like to know from you, Sandii, is what made you say yes, like especially to coming to two retreats like this?
Well, as you know, I've been doing, like you just said, a lot of work for the last few years on myself. And I had a very good coach help get me through a lot. And one of our final sort of sessions, she said to me was, I want you to start making your decisions with your body and your gut rather than your head, because you're very intuitive and blah, blah, blah. So she said, if your body is saying it's an F yes, she said, I want you to just go for it. So with these retreats, Byron was like, yep, I'm in. And I was lucky enough to go along with Toya, who was my coach at the time. So that was like plan amazing. And with Bali, I knew I wanted to get there, and I kept seeing your your posts and stuff, and I had serious FOMO. Like, it was just like I felt like I needed to be there, like I was missing out on something. And then when the opportunities sort of come up and we could align some dates and bits and pieces, and then being able to bring Heidi on, my body, it was an instant yes, we'll sort out the rest later. So we cut it short by a night to get to the formal. But instead of saying, oh no, we've got the formal on, it's like, why not do both? And we managed to do that.
It's seriously impressive, and it's a very bold and fearless kind of way to live your life, to go, okay, I'm going to get out of my head. I'm going to stop making pros and cons lists. I'm
Mhm.
going to stop overthinking all the what ifs, etc. And I'm going to trust the pull that I feel in my heart and my gut and my soul, just going, you need to be there. You're going to get so much from it. How do I make this happen? And
Yeah.
we have those knowings, and when we kind of boldly leap without having the how figured out, it's pretty magical what
Mm.
unfolds, right?
The magic is insane. Well, I've experienced on both. So the more I live my life like this, the snowball effect sort of happens, and the more I choose, like, I'm just gonna trust living my life like that, if that makes sense. I never ever used to. I was in a marriage where it was just, there was just no way you made decisions like this. Everything was very logical and very like, we needed a plan, and it needed to be saved for, like, whatever. But so I guess you could say a little bit of me is rebelling as well against what used to have to happen for me, is now coming into my own and being free to be me. I can make these decisions, and I'm not answerable to anyone but myself.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
when you invest like tens of thousands of dollars in yourself, in what ways do you feel that pays dividends for you in your life and with your family and in the years to come?
Um, it's letting go of that fear and learning that money can always come back. But we've only got this one life, and to truly do all the things that you want to do. As you're aware, I lost my best friend last year. That taught me a lot of, like, live now, because you don't know what's going to happen. I also feel when you're living more you and you're doing the things that you want, the more abundant that you come. So it just comes back through again. Clients start paying, or you pick up extra work, or I don't know, magic just seems to happen when you say yes to yourself.
Yeah, and you just have that more confidence in yourself and more faith. And then also, like Latoya talks heaps about personal power, and you do
Mm.
step into level after level, because I feel like it's kind of endless, in my own experience where you go through something like this, you have coaching or you go to a retreat, and then you just step into this other version of yourself that you didn't know existed, but then
Yeah.
you just can kind of back yourself and have confidence like never before. And there's a ripple effect of that. And again, you magnetize the right people into your life. Your relationships grow.
Mm.
Some people drop away. Some of, there's a lot of change that happens, but it's that fulfillment that you can't kind of put a dollar price on, right? That soul
You can't.
fulfillment and alignment with the truest version of yourself, like shedding that conditioning and the layers, and this is how I should be, and this is what I should do, and instead living by your own rules, playing by your own rules.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like it is a true investment in yourself. People easily drop this kind of money on a car, or I don't know, you know what I mean, a boat, or whatever it is. But this is, I don't know, it's real life changing stuff, and it almost gets addictive because instead of having the fear of like, oh no, what's going to happen, I kind of go, oh, I'm looking forward to seeing what challenges come up this time, because out the other side of it is some really true healing and true, I don't know, like you say, you find a part of you that you didn't know existed, but then once you find that part you didn't know existed, it feels really like you, and you're like, huh, this is the me that I'm, meant to, you start embodying it and stuff. It's yeah, it's crazy. Even down to like the feminine side. I've never owned so many dresses and skirts in my life, and so many pairs of earrings in my life. Do you know what I mean? So just
Oh,
like,
I love
yeah.
it. And you're looking so beautiful and fresh and
Thank
radiant,
you.
I must say. Like, this year has been a mega glow up year for you, and it's
Thank
so beautiful to see. And what I would love for you to share with everyone is why, like why should they join us on retreat? What are they really going to get from it other than, stepping into this new amazing version of yourself, like physical, health aspects, the community or the sisterhood, like any comments around other things that you have experienced on these retreats?
Yeah, absolutely. Um, I believe every woman, hey, and you never know, every man, everyone should experience a retreat. And the reason being is, like we know, we've just said, I've been on two, and the both of them were very different for me. So in like Byron Bay, it was all about healing my inner child, and some issues with my parents and family members and all of that sort of stuff. And so getting to Bali and going through some breath work stuff again, and realizing that I actually did heal the inner child stuff in Byron. So none of that comes up for me anymore. Like, I'm done. I know that I've fully got myself. I can self-soothe. I can heal myself. Like, I don't feel the need to be dependent on other people now. I can kind of go tap into where I need to soothe myself, I guess. And then in Bali, we did breath work, and I realized I was holding on to a lot of grief in my cells, in my body. So it was a really safe space for me to let that out and let it go. And after that session, I felt a little bit freer, a bit lighter. Not only that, I also come to Bali for some clarity on my future, on the course and stuff that I'm doing at the moment, and I fully got that. And the help of the sisterhood, I think, really, really helps that. I just think it's just so important. Like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. The sisterhood thing, it's a thing, right? Like, you've just got these women around you, and you just feel support, and everyone's there for their own different reasons, but we can all support each other in a way that's just different from at home. Like, it's, I don't know, it's just magic. It's really hard to explain, but just having that support, that guidance. And even for my daughter, she calls all of you guys, there was 11 of us there, she's like my retreat mamas,
Yeah.
like, and she felt like she learned something off every single person. And that's how I feel as well, no matter the age, no matter who, no matter what jobs we all do and whatever, we're all very, very different, but can come together in a way that feels safe and feels supportive, and you leave being able to put things in place at home to be able to come back to those feelings of calm, letting some anxieties go, letting some grief go, letting some anger go, learning, especially from you, Hannah, things about like your health, the lymphatic system, what we can do to support ourselves for that vitality is just, it's insane. I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of women, a lot of people are missing out. You know, they're not living to their full potential or their full selves because of fear of I can't afford it or I can't do this. But it's like once you get that, you don't care where the next 1,000, 10,000, whatever's coming from because you're feeling so alive and good in yourself. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. And when you feel really healthy and vital and energized and aligned with your truest self, you bring all that in anyway, right? So
Yeah.
like it's just all works together. And you had some really good physical benefits, particularly from Byron and like having surgery and recovery and all of that. Would you like to share a little bit about your physical?
Yeah, for sure. So, in Byron, so I've been dealing with a lot of like back and sciatica issues, and also and like just muscular, soreness and stuff. And I get a lot of breast cysts. I always have. So especially, when I'm due or whatever, I'm just in agony. And I noticed in Byron, literally each day, I was feeling better and better. I was getting 8 to 10 hour sleeps, which is unheard of with me, and waking up the next morning and oh, my boobs feel a bit better, or I've had no back pain today, or whatever. So the inflammation that like reduced significantly was like huge. And I think that was a combination of letting some emotional trauma go, whatever was held, but also the learning from you the physical side as well and what we're putting into our bodies. So that was huge. I also set the intention in Byron that I was going to heal from surgery, a chosen surgery that I had, a breast augmentation, that I was going to heal from it fine. I'd plan, I'm more scared of medication than I am pain. So I also set that intention that I'm not going to need it. I'll be fine. And I've healed amazing. I was up shopping like the next day. I think like it was just but I know that I looked after myself in Byron, but I also emotionally, like I set that intention that this is how it's going to be. I'm not going to be a victim to the surgery. I'm not going to yeah. So
Yeah.
I've healed really well.
Amazing. And your daughter Heidi had some awesome results as well with her skin
Yeah.
on our Bali retreat.
Yeah, she did. She's absolutely stoked. Even when we got back here, our first night back, and we woke up the next morning, and it was me that went, "Whoa, look at your skin!" And she's like, "What?" She runs to the mirror and has a look, and it's just, she's got pretty bad acne, and it's just less angry. It's less red. It's not raised anymore, so it's literally, I think, just the leftover. Is it maybe that's the scarring or something? But it's not definitely not angry. Yeah, and it's interesting, like, 17-year-old, they're going to a formal, there's usually an after party, and, you ask for a couple of drinks and whatever. And I gave her, it was the plan, I gave her a couple of drinks to take with her. And the next morning I asked how her night was, and she said, I only had one sip and I didn't want the rest, so I gave it to the boys. And I was like, yes, what a win.
Oh, she's an amazing girl, like an absolute credit to you. And she's just, yeah, just to have that openness to join us, a bunch of women. Um,
Yeah.
and just learn things that will set her up for a completely different trajectory of life, probably than a lot of us that are in our 30s, 40s, 50s, beyond. So I think it's a massive gift that you've given her in having her join us, and we loved having her. She is wise beyond her years. She said to me she's been told that her whole life, and it was
Yeah.
beautiful to see that change in her skin as well, going from a very meat heavy diet and teenagers not thinking too much about what you're putting into your body, and the power behind that. I think a lot of people don't realize the power of the food and how it can really help you feel amazing, help the body heal, especially fruit, of course, all about the fruit and the honey and juices and things. And she got plenty of that, and you could just see in such a short amount of time, like we're literally 4 full days on retreat, and you guys had that cut short, so she had 3 full days And her skin was just like so much less inflamed. There wasn't new whiteheads popping up, right?
No.
Like the acne had actually paused and it was
Yeah.
healing what was there. So I think it definitely made her reconsider her meat-based kind of diet, which is good from my
Good.
perspective because we need
Same.
the fiber, we need the beautiful high frequency sun energy. You know, this is what is in fruit is the sun's energy. So it lifts our frequency, our mood. It's great for our gut. And is very, very healing. And of course, our bodies love that sugar. That glucose and fructose is what we run on. And so many people are not getting enough of it. So it was just really nice to have like that real life example and for her to see how easy it is. Like it's
Mm.
not stressful to do that healing and get her skin right. So absolutely love that for her as well. Is there anything else that you would like to add before we close?
She's having her goddess greens every single day. Like she's just like it's part of her morning routine now. So that's fantastic and so good to see. Um no, I think just get on a retreat, everyone. Like, I'm not done. I'm like, okay, cool. What's next year going to bring for me? What am I going to open up there? It is definitely an investment in yourself. I would say get on there with your daughters, with your mums, with your like sisters, like best friends. The healing that can be done all together and in such a safe space. Like Hannah, you're incredible, honestly. Like we are so, so grateful to you and Sarah. Just the knowledge that you have is just insane. Like it's so good. And like I said, like the last one, I knew I knew quite a bit. I feel about the things now. I've learned a lot, but there's still something else that you can bring, that you learn, that you can let go of. That like there's just always something. And not only the retreat, you've got the free time. You can explore your surroundings and stuff. It's always in a beautiful place. The energy just feels amazing. So good.
Yeah, Bali itself is just such a special place to host retreats as well. So that makes a big difference, the location. And obviously we can source perfect fruit and everything that we need is there, and the spiritual energy and the culture and everything, it's like this beautiful cocoon for us to immerse ourselves in. And I'm really looking forward to next year already. We are giving away a spot on this retreat for
That's
2026.
good.
We are extending it by a night so that
Mm,
there'll be extra time there available, especially if you do want to adventure out a bit more. And we can kind of make sure we really immerse ourselves for 3 full days and then have 2 days of play, because we're all about the play and the joy and the pleasure and the fun
all about the play.
as well. So just striking a balance with that. So yeah, lots of good ideas and plans for 2026. And yeah, I hope that some of the ladies watching this and watching you are compelled to just go all in on themselves,
Yeah.
because what have you
So
got to lose, you know?
you've got nothing to lose. You literally
Nothing.
have nothing to lose. You've got
Everything to
everything
gain,
to
eh?
gain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I know.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time,
Thank
Sandii. You're
you.
so good to us, and we look forward to having you again on a future retreat and having you
Absolutely.
in our realm anyway. Lots of love to you.
You too. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.